LadyLucidity ASMR. Hello there, my lovelies, and welcome to my birthday special Q&A video. So, as some of you know from my social media posts, I have been quite under the weather the past couple of weeks, but I am on the mend and I've literally just got the sniffles now. So I'm so grateful to be feeling better in myself again, and I have been dying to do some more videos, so I thought what better way to ease back in than with a nice chilled out Q&A video. So I have my trusty list book here with all your questions on, so I will try and get through as many as I can, but if I start coughing then obviously that kind of ruins the experience a bit, so I will try my best, but I do have my water here just in case, so we'll see how we go. So yes, this is the birthday special. My birthday isn't actually till Saturday, but thank you very much to everybody who's wished me a happy birthday already. Thank you so much. I can't believe that I'm going to be 34. It's just mind-boggling. I think up here I feel like I'm 25, but my knees definitely say differently because, oh yeah, I feel old in my body, but not necessarily my mind, so I don't know what that says about me, but anyway. So without further ado, I'm gonna get on to your questions and hopefully I'll be able to answer them to the best of my ability. So the first question I have here is, who is your favourite artist from history? So this is a bit of a toughie because most artists that are my personal favourites are actually more contemporary and modern artists. So obviously at school you get taught about Picasso and Van Gogh and, you know, Georgia O'Keeffe and all those kinds of artists, but they're not really, I guess, to my taste. They do obviously have beautiful and great works of art, but it's just not my sort of style that I go towards. I think probably the oldest artist, or the most historically sort of further back, would be an artist called Hieronymus Bosch. I believe he was either Austrian or German, I'm not entirely sure, but it's been a long time since I studied about him, so at the time I was at college and I learnt a lot about him and his style of work, because my painting back then was very dark. I used my paint really thickly. It was a completely different style to how I paint today. I used to go in like with big canvases and like really big palette knives and so I kind of like I guess plaster it on, so much like you're kind of plastering a wall, I guess. But I used to use a lot of like deep reds and blacks and browns and stuff, which he did quite a lot of sort of, I guess you could call them hellscapes, so quite dark, gothic, moody kind of landscapes, which at the time I was really into, and now I tend to use a lot more colour. I tend to like lighter things. My favourite personal style is more line art. So my favourite artists are really more modern. My favourites are David Mack, who is a illustrator and kind of like a comic book artist. I also like She Black Dragon, she does a lot of products for Spiral. If you know who they are, they do some gorgeous gothic print t-shirts, and things like Victoria Francis, and Anne Stokes. Anne Stokes is one of my favourites. She just makes some beautiful works. If you've not seen Anne Stokes stuff, it's gorgeous. I only wish that I could do like digital art like she does. I really do need to practice because mine is nowhere near that kind of level, so that might be something that I can work on in the future. Just trying to think of any others, like historically, like older ones. Sorry, it's not really something that I go into a lot of. But yeah, sorry, that's all I can really think of at the moment. I will probably come up with a million different artists once this video is over, but for the moment my favourites are more David Mack, Anne Stokes, like modern digital artists, I guess you could say. So next question is, how did you discover ASMR? Okay, so bit of a funny backstory. Again, like most people, I did not know what ASMR was when I was younger, but I did experience it looking back now. So I had a childhood friend called Gillian, who I used to go over her house like every other day, or sometimes every day. And we were little kids, we'd play like doctors and nurses and like school role plays, stuff like that. And when she was pretending to be a teacher, she always had the most relaxing voice ever, and I would just be like, oh, like in a weird trance, like mesmerised by her. She probably just thought I was being weird at the time, but I just remember being super relaxed and getting this like amazing tingling feeling like on the top of my shoulders. And it wasn't till years later when I was watching a lot of YouTube videos to try and get to sleep at night when I was at uni, actually. So we're talking about sort of 10, 11 years ago now. I used to watch a lot of makeup tutorials by people that had really relaxing voices. I'd always choose the makeup tutorial based on the person's voice. And then I started getting recommended videos when I started looking into relaxation about something called ASMR, and like gentle whispering obviously came up first and things like that. And once I discovered what it was and that I wasn't the only person that experienced it, like this whole world opened up to me, and that's when I started like watching so many other like ASMR artists. So, and that kind of then inspired me to make my own channel and like share the experience with you guys. So that's kind of where I discovered it, in early childhood, and then again when I was sort of 18, 19. So okay, so next question is, tell us something we don't know about you. Ooh, okay. Oh, I've got a good one. So you guys are probably going to be laughing at me about this forever. So I have something which my husband affectionately calls happy feet. Okay, stay with me, I promise it gets funny. So I didn't know that I did this. It's kind of a subconscious thing. Basically, I wiggle my toes or twitch my feet when I'm either super happy or super relaxed. I didn't know it was something that I did because I just do it subconsciously. I notice it a lot more now. He's pointed it out. Like if I'm watching a really good movie and we're both on the sofa and my feet start twitching, he'll be like, oh, you really like this movie? So weird, I know. I don't know why my feet do that. But ever since then, he's just called them my happy feet. If you guys have seen the movie Happy Feet, you'll kind of understand. It kind of goes with that whole thing. But yeah, so that's my weird thing that I do when I'm happy or when I'm super relaxed. I find that sometimes I twitch my toes in bed if I'm listening to a particularly good bit of ASMR. So that's my weird little thing now that you guys now know about me. So okay. So next question is, have you learnt any new skills since lockdown began? Okay, so this is a pretty good one actually. So, excuse me. So, yes and no. So, before lockdown began, or before COVID happened and all this, literally it was like a month, maybe 2 months before this all started, my friend and I joined a dance class. Now, I love dancing, so that's something else you guys know about me now. I love dancing. I will dance around my kitchen, my living room. If my favourite song comes on, I'll just, bop away. I just love dancing. So I convinced my friend to go with me to a dance class, and we enjoyed it so much that we were kind of been going ever since. And then obviously lockdown happened, so we had to kind of stop. In recent weeks they've now picked back up again, obviously only taking small groups and at a distance, but it's just nice to get back into something a bit, normal, I guess you could say. So so I am learning a new skill of proper dance, I guess you could call it, not just freestyle. And also I have been obviously doing a lot more videos and practicing my art skills while I've been locked in and stuff like that. So I've not really acquired a new skill, I've just kind of been honing ones I already had, if that kind of makes sense, I guess. That, and my aim has got a lot better when I'm playing video games, because I'm an avid gamer, and I've had a lot of time to practice now. We're kind of, indoors more, so I hope that answers that one. Okay, so let's have a little look. Will you be planning any more role plays? Short answer, yes. Longer answer is a little bit more tricky. So I love recording role plays, and from your feedback online, I know that you guys enjoy them as well. My eye exam roleplay was a very big hit. I got a lot of positive feedback from that. I do plan on doing a cranial nerve exam one. That is in the works. There's only a slight hitch at the moment with me recording roleplays. So when we were in tight lockdown in the UK, I could record videos at home, and my hubby would kind of take little one out into the garden for an hour or so at the weekend, because we've got a nice garden that he can play in, so that he was out of the house and I could record in quiet for a good hour using daylight. So unfortunately now I am back to my regular job as well, so I work weekends, which means that now I don't get that free time to record roleplays, sadly. So as much as I really want to record more roleplays for you guys, I need to think seriously about how I'm going to do them. It might be that I need to start recording at night more, or in the evenings, maybe just set up a lighting system, because this camera does not do very well in darker lights, unfortunately. It's not really made for sort of dark filming, I guess you could say. So Yes, I do have loads planned. I have them in my little list book. I just need to work out the technical issues, I guess you could say. But yes, I will be doing more role plays soon. What is your biggest current project or thing you are obsessing over? Okay, so the thing that I'm really obsessed about at the moment is interior design. So I will explain. Basically, my family, we are looking to move, and we had planned on moving this year, but obviously with COVID and everything that happened, everything's been pushed back a little bit, so it's now looking more sort of early next year, which is still very exciting. But until we can go ahead with our plan, I have been brainstorming like there's no tomorrow. So I have been doing like mock-up drawings for the kind of rooms that I'd like to decorate, how I'd like to decorate them, all that good stuff. So yeah, my current obsession is interior design for a house that I don't have yet. We have done several walkarounds for the house that we're looking at, so I already know what the rooms look like blank. So my creative mind has just like exploded. There's so many things I would do with all the blank walls in the world. So yes, that's going to be very exciting. Fingers crossed. It will be hopefully happening early next year. So that's good. So the next question is, are you a self-taught artist or did you go to school? You are very talented and creative. Oh, thank you. That's really sweet. So yes, to both. So I am self-taught. I was drawing from a very young age. My father actually built my first easel when I was 5, and if I could find the picture I would show it to you guys. A little mini me with a little like French beret hat on, and I've got like a little paintbrush in my hand. It's so cute. Yeah, so I've kind of been self-taught. I've just always kind of had a pen or a pencil or a paintbrush in my hand since I was very young. However, I did go to college and then university to do a fine art degree, so I already had the basic skills there. I just kind of learnt to hone them a bit more, I guess, off at uni. But I've always had my own really distinctive style of drawing, and that's just come from me. That's not come from being taught by somebody. So yeah, I guess it's just kind of a natural, I guess, talent, if you want to call it that. It's just a natural ability that I have. I don't know where it comes from. My dad and my mum aren't particularly artsy. I don't think my grandparents were. I don't know where it comes from, but I'm very glad and very lucky to be able to, be creative. So, yeah, I hope that answers that question for you. Okay, so this one is slightly touching on one of the previous questions, but I'll answer it anyway. What are you looking forward to most in 2021? Okay, so I've already mentioned that hubby and I and our little boy Jace, we're going to be moving as a family into our very own home, hopefully. So the reason why it's such a big deal for us is because we have always rented. We've always rented either flats or, like this house we're in at the moment is rented. So this is going to be our first home that we actually own, which I'm so excited. most little girls dream about their wedding days. I was always dreaming about my dream house, so I don't know what that says about me. But yeah, so that's what I'm most looking forward to, and also getting back in touch with friends and family, because obviously during this whole pandemic I have not seen hardly any of my family. Most of my family, especially my parents, are very elderly, so obviously they've been shielding a lot and we haven't really seen them, so I cannot wait to have a big family barbecue or a roast dinner and a good old get together. It will be just amazing. So yeah, I'm most looking forward to probably seeing friends and family, like a lot of people I imagine at the moment. Okay, so what inspires your art? So I think I've touched upon this before. Quite a few things inspire my art. Obviously, you guys know I'm very fantasy based, so you know, dragons, fairies, all that good stuff. A lot of my inspiration comes from different sources. So, for example, go through a stereotypical piece. Say, for example, I wanted to paint a fairy, okay? So, I know what fairies look like. I know roughly how I want it to look, but I want it to be slightly different from maybe the other fairy paintings that I've done. So, what I would do is I might see something in a film or a TV series, like I might find something, like I see something in Lord of the Rings that I like the look of, and then I'll just bring all those different elements in and try and like tweak the picture, if that makes sense. So usually my pictures end up being a combination of like lots of different sources, but my biggest inspirations for my art are actually music and TV. So I hope that helps. Are there any other YouTubers you watch that aren't ASMR related? Yes. I watch a lot of YouTubers, ASMR and non-ASMR related. The people I watch most are actually gaming channels. So my big fan is Jacksepticeye. Really like watching his videos. He's just a really nice chap. He's an Irish YouTuber and he's just so wholesome and entertaining. I watch Markiplier, John from Harshly Critical. I also watch Safia, I think her name is Safia Nagar. I think that's her name, and she does a lot of makeup videos and also really fun videos where she like melts down products and makes them into like one giant product. So she made like a Franken candle and like a Franken lipstick, and she's just, again, really fun personality to watch. So who else do I watch? I have been binge watching Drag Race. I absolutely love RuPaul's Drag Race. I'm obsessed, if I'm honest. I've watched every season multiple times. I'm now watching, or I am trying to watch episodes of Canada's Drag Race just to see if it's any like different. Yeah, if any of you guys out there watch Drag Race, who are your favourite drag queens? My favourite is probably Sasha Velour. Who else? There's so many cool drag queens. I love the way Cameron Michaels dresses. I think she's like really sassy and I like her outfits. I think I'm just jealous because I wish I had their makeup skills. They're just flawless. Anyway, I digress. So, what else do we have? Might have to turn the page. Let's have a little look. more a long one. What have been your favourite and least favourite parts of motherhood? So, okay, some of you who already have kids probably know that having kids is a bit of a roller coaster, but I would not change my Jace for the world. I love him more than life itself. I know that sounds really mushy, but it's true. So let's start with the negatives. Okay, so I'd say my least favourite part about being a mum is, at the start, it was prenatal depression. Postnatal depression. Brain fart. Yeah, I'd probably say the postnatal depression. That affected me pretty badly for at least the first 3 months. That was not fun. It really makes you like doubt yourself and your instincts as a mother, which my best advice to new mums especially would be just go with your gut, go with your instincts. You will get a lot of conflicting advice from people that think they know better, and as much as they want to help you, sometimes it can be a bit of a hindrance, which like I was obviously being a new mum a couple of years ago, I was, always asking for advice because it was new. I didn't know what to do. I was like, am I doing this right? All those kind of concerns. But I think it was after about sort of 3.5 months, I started to get into more of a rhythm. I could tell like Jace's cues. I could tell when he was hungry, when he was tired, stuff like that. And it just gradually got easier and easier for me. Obviously now he's hit the terrible 2s, so we do have the occasional temper tantrum, but he's not really that bad of a kid. Jace has always been very happy and like a smiley, bubbly kid, and he's very affectionate. He does love hugging, which I love because I love hugging too. So also definitely the lack of sleep. It has taken us almost the 2 years that he's been alive to try and get him to sleep in his own bed through the night. He has never been a good sleeper. And again, we got all sorts of advice, people saying, oh, you need to let him cry it out. We tried all sorts of different methods. And in the end, you just do what works best for you. And now he's in a much happier place with how we've done it. I think as much as you want to try and obviously do what's best for your kid, sometimes the techniques that people say work don't work because each child's different. So yeah, definitely lack of sleep is a big one. I'm so glad we're at that stage now where I can finally get some rest. But yeah, nappies, poopy nappies never really bothered me. I just sort of get on with it. It's just part of being a mum, isn't it? They're not nice, but you just kind of carry on and do it. So yeah, lack of sleep would be the big one for me. So on to the best parts. Oh my word, just seeing him learn and grow. And my favourite part of the day is when I wake up in the morning and see his little smiling face. It just melts my heart. He has the most infectious giggle ever, and I'm sorry, I'm probably being really like gushy and over the top. I do apologise for those who don't want to hear this. Yeah, my favourite part of motherhood has been teaching him stuff. So getting him to do creative things with me. So like we finger paint, we draw, we have like the pavement chalks that we draw outside with, like getting messy, just having fun, because I'm a big kid at heart. So I'm more than happy to, play games and be silly, bounce on the bed, that sort of thing. So for me it's been just those little moments, memories that you'll make. seeing him covered in jelly. Silly things like that. Yeah, so favourite parts are just being around him, really. Having fun, making messes, and generally being silly and giggling a lot. So I don't know what I'm going to do when he goes to nursery. I'll probably just be a wreck, I guess. But okay, so I think we're nearly coming to the end. Let's just have a little look. So I've got a few more here. So pineapple on pizza, thoughts? Question mark. Okay, so this is a very divided topic in our house. My husband loves pineapple on pizza. I personally cannot stand it. I am sorry. I like pineapple. I like pineapple in drinks. I like it in puddings. One of my favourite cocktails is pina colada. You know, I don't have a problem with pineapple per se. I just don't like warm or hot fruit. I don't know if that kind of sounds a bit weird. Even when I bite and heat up a cherry pie, I have to then leave it to cool, so it's cold with some custard. I can't have it hot. That probably sounds very, very weird. But yeah, I just don't like the idea of hot fruit, especially on pizza. So sorry, no, definitely not on a pizza. Okay. Who are your celebrity crushes? Wow, okay, so I probably have too many to mention here. My biggest celebrity crush at the moment is Tom Ellis. And if you don't know who Tom Ellis is, he plays Lucifer on the TV show Lucifer. He is so British, it's unreal. I just think he's got an amazing personality, and that accent is just like spot on. He's just a very, very beautiful man, let's just put it that way. So I am straight, but I also kind of have a bit of a girl crush on Kate Beckinsale. I think she's a beautiful, beautiful woman, and a fabulous actress as well. So that's my kind of girl crush, I guess you could say. I also really like Henry Cavill, again another British actor, but specifically Henry Cavill in The Witcher. So I don't know if that means that I like Henry Cavill or I like Geralt. I'm not sure. I think it's the wig. I think it's the long hair. I'm a sucker for guys with, like, you know, long hair. I don't know what it is. Also, a new crush that I've just had is on, I can't remember the actor's name. What is his name? Anyway, it's Klaus from Umbrella Academy, specifically the second season that I've just watched. I just think he's just super adorable. I just want to take him home and give him a hug and cook him a nice dinner. I just think he's adorable. Yeah, I won't give you any spoilers to those who've not seen season 2, but it is explosive. So, yeah, those are my kind of celebrity crushes, I guess you could say. Oh, yes, and one I've just thought of. I've always had, I think, for Sam and Dean Winchester from Supernatural. That's been a long-term crush. That's not a new thing. So, yeah, thumbs up for my Supernatural fans out there. Okay. Let's see, what have we got? I think that is almost all of them, actually. Let's just double check. Yep. Ah, there we go. So last question is, do you have any upcoming projects that you can tell us about? So I do have some upcoming projects, channel wise, but unfortunately I can't divulge information because it's not just myself that's involved in these particular videos. So all I can tell you is there are collaborations, but I can't tell you who it is, so you'll just have to watch this space. Okay. There we go. So, sorry, very last one. Tea or coffee? Definitely coffee. People that have been watching this channel for a long time will probably know that I am a bit of a caffeine addict. I do love my coffee, and I particularly love flavoured coffees. So there's a company called Beanies that do little jars of flavoured coffees. So they do like chocolate orange flavour or mint, or I think the last one I tried was tiramisu flavour. That was really nice. But yes, I have coffee syrups, I have instant coffee, I have decaf, I have filter coffees, all sorts. So yeah, if you ever need a coffee, I'm your girl. Okay, so that is all the questions that I've got in my notebook. I'm just going to double check the ones online. Okay, what have we got? That's a good one. That's a good one to end on. So let's have a little look. Okay. So this last one says, if you could have any meal as your last meal on Earth, what would you have? So if it's my last meal on Earth, I would probably go for a really big roast dinner to start, with like all the trimmings, so like vegetables, potatoes, Yorkshires, all that jazz. Probably roast lamb, because roast lamb is my favourite. I love roast lamb. Then I would probably have, because obviously it's the end of the world, you need to have pudding. I would go for red velvet cheesecake. It is glorious. There's a really nice dessert place not that far from us that do this red velvet cheesecake. So basically it's a like a New York style sort of cheesecake base, and then you've got a layer of red velvet cake, and then obviously because it's red velvet you've got like a cream cheese frosting. Oh my god, it's just, oh, it's to die for. It's absolutely beautiful. So I think I'd have that, and then maybe a round of cocktails just to, you know, finish it off. So yeah, definitely. I think I'm making myself hungry now. So my lovelies, I hope that answered your questions. Obviously if you guys have any more for me, I will definitely make another Q&A video down the line, or maybe a live event of some sort with questions. But this has been super fun. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed and it was nice and relaxing for you. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.